Can you guys hear me?
We got you, Coach. We're ready when you are.
Okay, good. So really, the two people that didn't practice today were Colin Saunders, who was sick, still sick, but getting better. And then Jody Fortune with the elbow. Everybody else practiced in some capacity. So it's good to get some of the guys back from, we got a little bit of sickness going through here. So it's good to get guys back. But for the challenge of playing Seattle, we know they're well coached. We know they've got good players. We know they have a lot on the line. And so it's important that we likewise take care of the business in which we need to take care of. But the guys have had a good week of practice, and we'll be ready to go. All right, that time's yours.
Let's go first to Herbie T.O.P. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach, two questions here for you. Earlier in the week, this first one, earlier in the week, you sounded optimistic surrounding McColl, Hardman, and Blake Bell, with a chance to be up. After a week of practice, how they look, and then are you feeling they'll be up on Saturday?
Yeah.
Brad, I'll have the second one.
Yeah, listen, I'll give you what I feel at this point without checking with Rick, right? So, but I feel pretty good about Bell. McColl, I'm not sure he's where he needs to be, but we'll talk to him and just see. We had him in a very limited role, and I want to check with the kid and Rick here. So, and Rick will talk to McColl too. So,
and the second question, Coach: 3 offensive linemen named to the Pro Bowl. What does that say about what the job that they've done, and also what Andy Heck has done with them?
Yeah, well, listen, that's a close bunch, and Andy's a good football coach, and so. We're lucky to have Andy, and we're lucky to have the guys that we have. They have a good chemistry in that room, and they're all pretty good football players. But my hat goes off to all 3 of them there and the job in which they've done. We just got to keep going, Herbie. Doggone this thing. I wish it happens at the end of the year, but it happens right now. So, but they're wired that way. All these guys are wired that way, where they'll keep pressing.
Good. I said Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Coach. Mine is a follow-up on McColl. You had mentioned that you guys were working to try to get him to retain weight. I just was curious how that process was going.
Yeah, he's working at it like crazy. I mean, I wish I could do that. Just eat whatever I wanted, but he's working on that. He's getting better there. But listen, we're just going to see. I'm going off of how he feels, and that's. I don't have anything for you right this minute, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Let's go next to Vahe. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Andy. Next week is all of a sudden 10 years since the end of an era for you in Philadelphia, and I'm wondering if you knew right away that you were going to benefit from a fresh start, that you wanted that feeling, and that would be a good turn for you if you had that sense, even in the moment. Yeah.
So I was there for 14 years, and sometimes change is good, and it's good for when we parted ways there, I felt it was good for the Eagles organization, and I felt it was, it had a chance to be good for me, whatever direction it was going to go. So, but sometimes change can be good, and at that particular time, it was needed, and so I still have a great relationship with the Lurries, and it's that it didn't end like a lot of these things end, where there's animosity. There's no animosity either way. Yeah.
We've got 3 more. We'll go right down the line, starting with Ruth Biggis. Go ahead, Ruth.
Coach, it's great to see you. I know your mind is 100% plus on football, but I know you've been doing some things kind of in the community. So I wondered if you would share with all of us, what does this season off the football field mean for you and your family, and you hope maybe for Chiefs Kingdom? Yeah,
so, well, we love doing things, in the community, whatever direction those take us. So I look forward to the off season in one way. I'm not ready for it right this minute, but when it gets here, we try to give back. The giving machines, those are what we're doing right now. My wife is very active in that, and it's such a good cause, so that's the opportunity really to give to people that are relatively needy. So it's that's a good cause always.
Last two, we'll go with Todd Lebo and then Matt. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned, Seattle's very motivated. They're in that playoff hunt. You guys have played some teams that are kind of out of it. You've mentioned a few times over the last month or so how thin the margin is right now in this league. Can you put your finger on maybe why it's as close as it's ever been league-wide?
Yeah, so listen, I've been doing this a couple of years. So I remember Roger Goodell talking about this, and Paul Tagliabue talking about this, that they wanted to try to get as much parity amongst the organizations as they possibly could. So through free agency and so on, the way all the rules and regulations that go in with that, and to give players options to go different places and teams to be able to get good players, not only through the draft, but also through these other processes. So I think that's come to fruition here. We're seeing it, we're living it. And I think it's great. It's great for all the cities. They have a chance. Every city has a chance, and to be good, and that makes our game. You turn on any game in the National Football League, you're going to see, you're going to get great entertainment, football entertainment. So.
And last to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach, I know you say you'd like to do the Pro Bowl stuff at the end of the season, but with your 3 first-timers, with Townsend, Tooney, and Humphrey, any special message to them or anything that you did for those as the first-time Pro Bowlers?
No, I haven't done anything on that. We actually didn't have a team meeting today other than just congratulate them. I mean, it's a great thing for them. So I'm happy for them, and I'm happy for all the guys that make it. I mean, it's a small fraternity that we're all in, and so if your peers and the public end up picking you for a spot like that, that's quite an honor, and so enjoy that. On the other hand, we got the rest of the season we got to take care of. So that's where we're at, and I think all those guys would say the same thing. But what an honor! Yeah, it's a great honor.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
You betcha. Thank you.